Hello, a little demo from my demo kitchen. Today, for your fourth video, I'm going to put together a plate of food for a child between the ages of 3 to 6. Now, I'm getting most of the information from a woman called Ellen, right? Ellen Satter, Satter. And I didn't read many child-rearing books when I was parenting my child when she was little. I just didn't like them because they contradicted each other all the time. So one book said, definitely do this, and another book, literally with as much authority and research behind it, said, no, don't do that, do this. So I put them away and kept with just a few things that I thought were really, truly helpful. One book was this book called How to Get Your Child to Eat But Not Too Much by Ellen Satter. And to be honest, I only read a little bit of it, but what I did read, I liked very much. And I heard a radio program with her being interviewed. And in this interview, I guess she got huge backlash from the viewers, or the listeners in that case, because she said to let children eat as much of their Halloween candy as they want. They collect it, they work for it, you promise it to them, just dump it on the table and let them eat it as much as they want that first night, maybe even when they come home from school the next day, and then sort of give small handfuls of it, until it's gone, which is going to be maybe another 3-4 days probably at the most, or 3 months. I don't know what kind of neighborhood you trick-or-treat in, but you get the idea. So people were resistant to this because I said, oh, you're teaching children to eat sugar. It's bad for their teeth. And she acknowledges that she's doing both those things. However, she said the lifelong lesson is that the child learns that sweets are a normal part of diet, and that what you want to do, and we've talked about this before, is to create desire for food. And we get children that lose their passion for food, who feel guilty, who feel shamed for eating certain types of food. So in kind of like a normal household situation, I think, or a typical one, I'll just say typical in the United States, you have a plate and you put the food on the plate and you tell the child, maybe we'll use a half a cookie. You might say to the child, I just put crumbs on my keyboard now. You get this when you finish all your nutritious food, and we withhold it. So what do the kids do? They, in good fashion, try to eat all of their, nutritious food as fast as they can, anticipation for their cookie. And you might say, well, that's not so bad. They've eaten their nutritious food. But what you've done is you created a dynamic between food that is good and food that is bad. And I think, I think most women at least we're made very familiar with dictates about shame of eating and shame of food and shame of certain types of food. So much so that we develop eating disorders and just say, I'm not going to eat them at all. They're too conflictual. They cause me guilt. They cause me to gain weight. And they cause people to make comments about me. Or we eat too much and too many of them because we feel we have to be sneaky. I had a relative, don't tell anybody. I had a relative, an in-law, who used to take all her candy and put it in a closet and keep it there, like her huge stash, so nobody knew she was eating candy. It's just the way we turn out, and all our varieties and all of our ambivalence about food. But it doesn't have to be that way at all, and I'm going to show you a couple things. One, when a child is 3 to 6, they've already slowed down in their eating, so you have a little bit more time to reteach them some skills as they're picking up pace again when they get hungry. You can find these little plates online where it sort of divvies up the different types of foods, fruits and grains, and you can build your plate around this. So here's a vegetable, carrot, so you could just do this, and you could do this little sorting activity with a 3 or 4-year-old. They'd probably love that. Let's see here. What else do I have? This is protein. I'll put the pizza since it's mostly cheese inside there. You get the idea, and you build your plate up. What I'm going to talk to you about is a little bit more, I think it's more intuitive and more nutritious than this plate seems to suggest. So this is what I suggest, and I stole this idea, not really, but I am influenced by Ellen Sater. So if you want to know, the plate idea is mine. However, her idea about giving an array. So I'm going to just kind of get rid of this and talk with you. So what I've decided was that children should be taught how to eat every single meal with small portions. This is a huge Brussels sprout, but it's still one Brussels sprout. There's nothing worse than seeing a child sit with like a 4-year-old, a heap of pasta and just being kind of expected to eat some of it. Then you're going to do a color, right? Colored vegetables. So you have your greens, and then you have something orange. Let's see over here. And then your purple and blue food. So there's only a few. Those will turn out most likely. Let's use blue potatoes, I suppose. And then you can do something if you want in a sort of yellow category. Yellow and orange might go together. And then sort of a grain food, right? So you might have some grain on there. I'm going to do like a grain of bread. And you build the colors. Something purple, blue, something green, something orange, something that could be a squash or another type of, doesn't have to be, I don't think a lemon's very helpful, but that's what I have. And something protein and bread. This one's together. Then what you want to do on the very same plate is that you want to put something that is sweet. And you want to put it like a child size. So this is a child-sized piece of chocolate, and this goes on the plate. And you present this plate to the child, and you don't say anything. You say nothing at all. You don't say anything. They look at the food. What are they going to eat? Well, all kind of mammals, I think, want to have about the same sequence of their food. So if we use my cat, I'm using my cat now as a demo. Here. If I put this food over here, and I put cat crunchies as little treats, my cat automatically goes to the treats. My cat might eat the cheese off the pizza. My cat might even mess around with the grapes. He likes to mess around with these stems. But what he's doing is that he is eating and going to choose off the plate all the time something for him as a dessert, these little treats. He's going to work pretty hard to get it. Then what he's going to do after this might be like what a child does. We'll have to wait and see when he finishes this. He might, in fact, go and mess around with this pizza or with the grapes. Chocolate is interesting. So this is a dark chocolate. This is I think this is a 70. I have it 86%. You want to get them as high up as you can tolerate the numbers on the chocolate. Teach your children how to eat some of this gradually. You could start at a 50%, then go to 70. 86 is a challenge. Let's see if Kitty wants to actually explore the pizza. So, okay, the treat's over. Your child has eaten the chocolate. You knew they would. You didn't say anything. Of course they ate the chocolate. Were they excited to come to the table? Yeah, they're excited to come to the table. Is my cat now going to mess around with the grapes as I predicted? Sure, he's going to sniff these other foods. I bet he's going to eat a little bit of this cheese. All right, your child's going to be the same. They're going to eat their treat, and then they're going to eat their pizza. Then they're going to eat their grape because they're hungry, because you only give them a little bit of sweet. But guess what? They get more sweets at a snack, kid-sized portion. They get something sweet for dinner. And guess what? If they don't eat these foods, you just say, are you finished? Are you sure? You don't want anything else? They say no. You didn't waste a lot of food. I wouldn't give a child that many grapes anyhow. I would give them, I'd probably just give them 3 or 4 grapes. You want them to be in the situation to ask for more, to desire to eat that food. Can I have some more chocolate? You'll get more chocolate at dinner. Okay. Try some of the other foods. All right. They'll eat what they need. They will eat a grape and so on. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I'm trying to give you a sense of how not to pit good food against bad food. They will at some point. I know personally my child moved on to almost like chutneys, still like sweet foods, but chutneys work, which is a reduced sort of fruit paste that you can put on chicken. Relishes, they'll become more sophisticated as they approach adolescence and understand food in a more sophisticated way. But for now, that's what I have. I hope that was helpful to you, and happy eating. When we meet together and eat, let's talk about our day, our ideas, our future plans, and let's not talk about what you have eaten and what you haven't eaten. This is worth looking at. Go ahead, what are you doing? What you got? What's that? So, even a cat after a while will decide to eat Brussels sprouts. All right, take good care. This is purely informational. This is something for us to, work on nutrition for this part of the course. All right, take care. Bye.